Here at the corner of Whitelock Street and Brookfield in Reservoir Hill, we have a sign that says Building a Better Baltimore, another housing redevelopment project brought to you by Mayor Sheila Dixon and the citizens of Baltimore City. Right there where it says Mayor Sheila Dixon, it used to say Mayor Martin O'Malley, and they came around here and put her name on top of his name. So this sign has been here for a long time. A city worker wastes his time to come over here to put her name on top of his name. A great use of time. Right where I'm standing at the corner, there used to be apparently a store, a corner store, and if you look at the University of Baltimore website, you can see where during the riots it was looted. And now there's nothing much here left on Whitelock Street. It used to be a big commercial corridor right here. And there's the sign to show us where we are at Brookfield and Whitelock Street. Right here, sometimes you'll see cars filled with people from Pennsylvania, the county, wherever, buying drugs. I can't show them because some idiot out there will try to sue me or something for videotaping people who are conducting illegal activity in my neighborhood. They have the advantage over me in this system, unfortunately. People have been commenting on my videos saying, oh, well, you know, why don't you use different words? Why aren't you nicer? What kind of approach are you taking here? And I have to tell every single one of you that you just can't sit back there and just let this happen to our city. That's what my videos are about. It's about taking a stand and saying, hey, you know, we are not going to take this. So Whitelock and Lakeview is where I'm at. And continuing on what I was saying before. Tear it down? Alright. They say to tear it down, these neighbors of mine. I would disagree with that, and you have to rehabilitate the house. So this is Callow and Whitelock Street, and this is a notorious drug corner here. There's no one right now selling drugs out here. Maybe they are. Let me look around the corner. Anyway, as I was saying, this is what the status quo gets us. This is what sitting back and doing nothing gets us, is a block like this that many of the houses have been sold to a developer through the city, and not much is really going on. And videos like this that document this, that speak the truth, I encourage every single one of you to go out there and do things like this. Record your neighborhoods, record areas like this, because it does make a difference. It does shake things up a lot. So we need to stand up, we need to be loud, we need to make a difference. And, you know, there's certain organizations all around this city, all around this neighborhood, that, you know, donate money to areas like this, trying to make a difference. And what has happened? Where is this money being allocated exactly? We have to analyze that. I mean, we have what they call poverty pimps, people who make money off of disasters like this, and we have to be willing to call out those people. That, you know, we can no longer live in a city where people make money off of keeping neighborhoods down like this. So this is Newington and Callow, between the 2200 and 2300 blocks of Callow. Some of you who have followed my story through the years know that these blocks here, this 2200 block, was what inspired me to do the Buy a Block project. It was so empty and it was so scary. People selling drugs out on the street openly. And I thought, well, what if a bunch of us all moved to a block like this and fix it up and live in the houses? And that's where the Buy a Block concept came about. Through me looking at this neighborhood, this block, around this same time in 2001, so 8 years ago. So we didn't pick this block, and this is what the block looks like. Still, there's a lot of drug activity sometimes right here at this corner. I'm glad to see there isn't any today, and I hope there never is again. There's a plant growing out of that top window. Wow. So I know some friends of mine who live in this neighborhood. They really want people to pay attention to the activities that go on this block. All sorts of abuse of drug selling and such, and people stuffing too many people into their houses, people that aren't supposed to be living in public housing. This is 2223 Callo Avenue. You can see a sign that's falling down over the entranceway. It's of the developer who was awarded 15 houses on these blocks through the city. A developer who's given a lot of money to various campaigns. They were awarded this a while ago, and I think they ran out of money or something. I mean, who knows what excuse they'll come up with next. They were supposed to turn this into owner-occupied houses. There, that's a better view of their sign. And as you can see, they're not owner-occupied houses, not even fixed-up houses. I think they fixed up 2, and they're renting them out to Section 8, which totally goes against what they were supposed to do. Why these developers were picked is beyond my understanding. Maybe it's not. Maybe their political donations were appreciated. I don't know. I don't really know how that works, do I? But maybe videos like this will call attention to that kind of thing. This is one of the odder sites in Reservoir Hill. It's a redone apartment complex. It was supposed to be luxury, and now it's all boarded up. They couldn't sell any of these as condos, or they sold a few, but now it's totally bankrupt. You can see there's some nice details they added, but it just didn't work. We're on the 2400 block of Callow. It is October the 8th, 2009. And I'll walk around this complex a little bit. And actually, this might not be totally empty, because I do hear some music. But I do know most of these condos have gone to foreclosure or auction. So yeah, I guess I'm learning new things every day. It does appear that at least this part of the building might have someone living in it. Next door is still empty, as you can see. You can tell this building used to be nice back in the day. Here on Lakeview Avenue, these houses are twins, but one is occupied, the other one is in bad shape. Here's the Madison Park North housing project. We're at Linden Avenue, right near North Avenue, and as you can see, that's where the liquor store is on the other side. And then here's the school. So you have school, liquor store, drug dealing corner, and you have housing project, all right near each other. And so this might explain why people that aren't from the city don't want to move to the city to send their kids to a school that is right across the street from a liquor store and a housing project. And at that corner down there that I'm looking at is where people sell drugs often. So this is something that needs to be addressed. We can't just say, oh, our schools are great. I'm sure they're lovely. But this place is not too nice. And neither is this corner. So the Madison North Housing Project is a big development. It goes all the way down there from Park Avenue, down Lenox, all the way down to Linden, where I just was. So this is Lakeview Towers. It's between Lakeview and Callow on Druid Lake Park Drive. It's an ugly, tremendous building. It originally was many old people lived in there, but now it's people who have been injured through various means that need public housing. So some of the people are connected to the drug trade because they've been shot, and they throw them in here when they're injured, and then they continue their drug dealing. They actually hold the older people hostage. They don't like being mixed, the older people with the younger people. I can't blame them. Another problem with Lakeview Towers that as young people who are watching this, everyone votes in here. It's amazing because this is where you vote, right there, what I'm looking at. A third of Reservoir Hill all votes here, so all the people have nothing better to do on election day but vote. So they all vote for Sheila Dixon. I mean, that's the name they know. I mean, the people readily admit here that if you get them T-shirts, they'll like you, or you get them food, they'll like you and vote for you. So the major candidates with the money for whatever position give out T-shirts, give out food, and that's how they make their decision here. It's lovely. So I'm not saying these people shouldn't vote. They should vote. But these are the people that are controlling our destiny. The people who are 70 years old who live in here, the people who have been shot in drug dealing accidents, they vote more than young people in their 30s and 20s. And so if you're in your 20s and your 30s, you can let Lakeview Towers here control the destiny of Baltimore, or you can vote. So I'm going to leave you with that note. You should think long and hard about that.